Alright then, hello and welcome to TNN Motorsports Hardcore TR. The TR stands for Truck Racing. I call it totally rubbish. Now, if that intro looked very familiar, then of course it would be. And if this sound effect sounds familiar, then yes it will be, because this is the North American version of the European games C3 Racing and Max Power Racing. The only difference is that you're in massive pickup trucks. Right, what to say about this game? First of all, is that anyone knows that European games or PAL games used to run at 50 FPS. American games ran, or NTSC, ran at 60 FPS. Does this game run at 60 FPS? No, it runs at every other frame rate apart from 60. It doesn't even run at 50 sometimes. It is a really poor emulation of a PlayStation game. It was originally released only in North America in 1999, and then it was released on Steam in 2015. That is how I'm able to play it. And oh my word, yeah, it's definitely something, to say the very least. Well, to start with, is all the cars have been removed and they've all been replaced with pickups. That is, you know, just simple logic. Another thing as well is that in arcade mode on Max Power Racing is that every race was set in different countries. Not on this one, it's all set in North America. So the two countries that you had on Max Power Racing to start with were Africa and Peru. Texas is now Peru, and Arizona is now Africa. There are certain changes with some of the tracks. They have put in some effort, which is good. But this game is, yeah, it's very minimalistic. It's been, I don't like to use this term very much, but it's been dumbed down quite a lot. And you'll see why when we get into the races. So, exactly the same as Max Power Racing, I'm gonna do the arcade mode first and then the championship mode afterwards. And I think I started with Africa on Max Power Racing, so we're gonna start with Africa on this one, or Arizona. The same as Max Power Racing as well, you get two trucks to start with. You get this Toyota Tundra looking thing and this Jeep Wrangler, but of course they're not licensed vehicles, so you got Mudslinger and Scorpion. We're going to do them in order, and when we unlock them as well. So yeah, we're just going to jump straight in then to the first race of Arizona, or Africa. But yeah, this game is the frame rate. They must have, the devs who wanted to release this on Steam found the world's worst PlayStation 1 emulator. It runs awful. And I wish I could have played the original of this, but it was never released in Europe. So this is the only way I'm able to play it. So there we go. And yeah, here we go. Another thing as well is that in Max Power Racing, if you fall into the water, it was race over, but just for science, there we go. Doesn't happen on this one. The water looks very cartoony as well. It doesn't look as, well, I was going to say as realistic, but Max Power Racing wasn't really realistic. It didn't look realistic. Well, it looked realistic for a PlayStation standard. Let's put it that way. Now you can see the frame rate already starting to tank. It drops in the same place every single time. So there's that section on this track with the waterfall. Yet the frames drop there. You can see the graphics glitching in the background. Yeah, it really is a massively disappointing emulation. And again, I would have loved to have seen how this played in 60 FPS, I really would. I thought, oh great, yeah, you know. But no, you can see here it's just really chugging. And it is, I think even, you know, really rubbish PlayStation 1 emulators like PSX Fin could have probably run it better than it. Look, there you go. Look at that. Oh, even the controls lag when that happens. Oh, I've just been tagged from the rear, so that means I'm going to go into the water or just wall ride, okay. But it's fine. We don't retire from the races like we did in Max Power. But yeah, you can see all the water looks very cartoonified. I don't think that's even a word, but it is in my book, damn it. So, yeah, this is, I mean, look at that. The scenery just disappearing. Bloody terrible. But yeah, the thing is that the controls, you can't rebind the controls either. So your acceleration and brake are the buttons, and the handling, or the steering, is the analog stick. But the thing is, when the game lags, so do the controls. So, yeah, you can't really do anything but slide and hope for the best, or turn and hope for the best. It really is a poor emulation. But saying that, this game is a lot easier in that respect, because the AI are pretty stupid. Whereas they crash all over the place and they don't really know what they're doing. There you go, the frame rate freed up a little bit there. Now, the trucks do pick up damage as well. I haven't really picked up that much, to be honest, so far, so I can't really show it off, but your windscreen cracks and the body deforms, you know, all that lovely stuff. Oh, and here's the lagging section again by the waterfall. That really is just atrocious. And of course, being an American game as well, is that all the units are in miles, so we're now 0.1 of a mile ahead of second place. But because of the water not retiring anyone, is that none of the AI retire either, which is a shame. But there we go, race 1 is done, and we are the winner. And very similar to Max Power Racing as well, as that it jumps you straight into a replay. So that's very good. At least the replays are functional. If a little lag, I mean, look at that. Look how bad that is lagging, and all the background glitching out and everything. I mean, my word. No, just going in the water for science. Yeah, that is. Ah, it would have been so nice if they'd put in a bit of effort into this, but. Oh well. I suppose we have to put out what we're given, I guess. So that is race 1 done anyway. So now we're going to move on to race number 2. Same as Max Power Racing as well, is that it's 3 races per area. I was going to say country then, but no, it's per state. So that's cool. Right, next race, and it is Arizona Track 2. And we're going to move, oh no, wrong direction. And we're going to do them in order. We haven't unlocked anything else just yet, so we're going to go into Mudslinger. And go on to race number 2. Now, it's funny, later on, is you have... On Max Power Racing, you had the Chinese races, like the Great Wall of China that you used to race past. But no, I think that is Washington State on this one. And they have changed a lot of the features on the track, so I'll give them that. They did change a few things here or there. But, yeah, for the better, no, definitely not. And of course, you got this rock soundtrack in the background, and I'm going to go into the barrier. That's fine. Dunlop tires. Yeah, I'm sure you had the license to use those. Anyway. So, yeah, we are last, but fear not, because this game is very easy. Especially because I'm going into every single wall. Come on. Get a move on. The camera angles as well, exactly the same as Max Power Racing as the game chugs. You got 2 chase cams and you got an internal cam, but we're just going to stick on this one for now. But yeah, I do believe this game is still available on Steam. So if you want to pick it up and try it out for yourself, then by all means. Oh my word, that is so bad. Like I said, when the frame rate tanks, so do your controls. They lag like crazy. So you're trying to turn one direction and you have to wait about 30 seconds for the pickup to actually respond. Which is a shame. But oh well, at least it works. Now, another thing as well is that I have to run this game in a window. Because if you try and run it full screen at 1080, yes, there is a 1080 option, the screen goes grey and then the game crashes. It doesn't run. So I have to run this in a 720 window just to get it to work. It is so poorly emulated that it doesn't even recognize on OBS or Fraps. Now, Fraps recognizes everything. You can record Google Chrome if you desire. No, not this. It doesn't even recognize that it is a running window. So what I have to do, I have to capture my entire desktop, like I do with some of the other older games, like Swedish Touring Car Championship. I have to do a screen or desktop capture. I have to do that with this just to get it to record, because it wouldn't recognize either a window or full screen. It is really bad. It doesn't even say the name of TNN either. I think it's just game mode or something. Game mode.exe. Something stupid like that anyway. So yeah, I mean, this is a real half-assed job all the way around. And it's such a shame. I mean, because, I mean, if it worked properly, it would be, you know, quite a contender. Max Power Racing is one of my favourite games from back in the day. So, I mean, this could have been, like, you know, my equal favourite. But no, the state it's in, it's pretty lackluster, to say the least. But, oh well, not to worry. We'll skip the replay. I'll probably have to input my name again, because I did get a new track record. Yep. Lovely. Right, next race is the last one in Arizona, track number 3. And yes, we do actually have a new truck now. We have what looks like a... Ooh, what is that? Is that a Dodge or Ram? I don't know. I don't care. They're all fictional trucks anyway. They just look like their real counterparts. There is a Mercedes-Benz lookalike later on that you can unlock. So that's all well and good. And of course, the night stages. Now, unlike Max Power Racing and C3 Racing, is that you had the ability to change your headlights, whether to turn them off completely, to have them like this, or to have them on full beam. Nope, not on this one. You cannot change your headlights. You cannot change them to full beam or anything. You have to keep it like this. Which isn't a problem, because everything is illuminated a lot better on this game because of its cartoony nature than Max Power Racing, which went for more authentic realism. They did try and make this a little bit easier for the American market. Not much. I think the easiest thing that they did was to get rid of the fact that you could drown if you fall into the water. Yeah, they got rid of that, which is, I suppose that's a good thing. But yeah, oh, look at this. The frame rate is absolutely atrocious. It gets worse as well, okay? So I've already had a play around with this, and I've tested out a few of the tracks just to make sure that it does run and work and everything. Well, it works as well as it could. Now, there are a few races that have fog, weather effects. Now, if you have fog on a game, it usually makes the frame rate improve because it's blocking out most of the on-screen graphics. It makes it worse on this one if you have fog. The frame rate drops even more. And again, through here, by the waterfall, look at that! The frame rate, that is like 5 FPS. The devs, or the company, or whoever who was releasing this on Steam definitely found the world's worst PlayStation 1 emulator to plonk it on Steam. Because the car becomes so floaty and unresponsive. And I'm on full acceleration and they're pulling away from me. That's how bad it is. Now again, you cannot progress through the other races unless you win, so I don't want to go into the water, thanks, not today. Oh, that was lucky. It wouldn't really matter if I had gone into the water, to be honest, because you cannot die. Or retire from the race, I should say. I don't know what that music is, it just sounds like an absolute noise. You get no slowdown going through the water either. I suppose that is one thing realistic, because you are in pickups, so... Oh my god, look, it just came to a dead stop there. I didn't hit anything. And it just stopped dead in its tracks. There is one thing you cannot turn off though, but I suppose it's good if you are a newcomer to this game, is the arrows that tell you where the corners are coming from. Thanks for that, you absolute ignoramus. Yeah, so it's telling you, oh, there's a sharp right-hand corner coming up and another sharp left. Ideal if you're in the fog levels and you don't know where you're going, but of course I've played Max Power Racing many times over the years, so I do know these tracks off by heart. Get out the way. And then we got lovely waterfall. Look at that, in the same place again. I'm turning, the truck isn't responding. There we go. That is so bad. I wish I had a frames per second counter. I think that just went into the minuses for the first time. Oh my god. Don't spin out. Come on. Don't become unresponsive now. There we go. On one last corner. And then this race is done and we get another victory. Hooray! Lovely. So there we go. That is Africa, technically, but it's not as Arizona that has been completed. So that's cool. So yeah, this is the American version of Max Power Racing. I have to input my name again. Because yes. Oh, right. Are there actually any more races? No, we've completed it now because we have a nice little check mark. I like it as well is that they couldn't even be bothered to edit the cross in the triangle for the PlayStation. Oh my word. So did we unlock anything? Yes, we unlocked Florida, which is not Florida at all. It's actually Indonesia. So next we're going to do them in order as I did on Max Power Racing. So Peru would be next, which is Texas. That sounds really weird. Peru is in Texas, and it does have all the Peruvian landmarks that were in the Max Power Racing as well. So you got like the totem poles, you got the Inca temples and stuff like that. It's really bizarre. But anyway, we'll do that next time. So yeah, that is TNN Motorsports Hardcore TR. And it's going to be a fun series, a very slow series, but a fun series nonetheless. So yeah, welcome to the next chapter in the whole Eutechnics catalog. So anyway, I'm going to leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I'll see you next time for Texas, Peru, Peru, Texas. Whatever works. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care, stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.